Hey guys, this is fuck. Hey guys, this is Timmy Biscuit, and today is gonna be Witcher 3 Quadstick button tutorial, I guess. This one's really complicated, but I'll try my best to explain everything. You only need two modes, which is mode 2 and mode 3, and if you want, I guess mode 1. But let me start from the beginning. So when you're doing choices, you might want to use the second mode, but you can use modes 1 and 3. Just make sure you're already on them before you make the choice. It tends to pick it on its own, but you do pick it with the center sip, which is A. But like I said, if you I stay on mode 2, and to switch around the options, all you gotta do is center puff it, and it'll go from top to bottom.
Fine, I'll help.
It wound up to be the most effective and less hassle for me. Since I don't have to switch modes, I stay in the same place. So to do the pause menus is left sip soft, and it's kind of straightforward, just like in every other profile. You kind of have to switch to mode 1 and 3 to navigate, because that controls the left analog stick. I'm just going over the basic, and then I'll go into the more fun stuff, I guess. If you want to go into your inventory, you're going to click right sip soft, and from there again go to modes 1 and 3, and you'll be able to navigate and pick your items at will. All the buttons are normally the same. The only ones that are different is modes 2 and 3 slightly, and I'll explain that later. I'm going over the basics just because I want you guys to understand the simple stuff, and then going to go into the, I guess, combat and exploration. So mode 2 is going to be your exploration mode. That controls the camera, and to go forward, just like most of my files, you're just going to center puff. And to do Witcher sense, it's the left center sip. It does toggle after 400 milliseconds. You can still move around without getting out of the Witcher sense. To walk forward, you're just going to center puff for 400 milliseconds. I mean, it's great because you could just walk around with your Witch sense without having to force it off, and still be able to collect items that are highlighted. Also, when you're running, once you toggle it, if you quickly center sip, you should be able to grab, gather or forge items that are on the map. Man, that sounds so boring. Whatever. Alright then, and to jump is going to be center puff. You can do it while running, and if you miss, you just gotta do it again. I mean, it takes practice a little bit. But yeah, just center puff, you'll be able to jump. It is the B button. It also will be the dodge for when you do combat. I'll repeat it again later. And to draw your weapon and put it away, it's left center sip soft and left center puff soft. I mean, I put it there because it's important, but you kind of don't need it. Just always have it on hand. If you want to do fast attacks, it's right center sip for fast attacks, which is X. If you want to run while you're moving forward, if you hold the A button, not too long, just enough, it should cause the character to start moving faster than usual. To do strong attacks, it's a Y, which is right center puff. It works on any modes, 2 and 3, they're all the same. Modes 2 just controls right analog stick, while mode 3 controls the left analog stick. To do magic, it's right sip. You can do it in any mode also, but to cast signs, as in go to your quick access menu, you're gonna right puff it, but you're gonna want to switch to mode 3, which is a lip. So this is how I do it. I'm on mode 2, I want to cast a sign, but I want to click it easier. Instead of switching to mode 1, I just click the lip sensor, which jumps to mode 3. But to get out of mode 3, you are going to have to left puff it. After that, you're pretty much fine. It just takes practice. Alright, to lock on, once you see an enemy and you're exploring, just click the lip button and it should move to mode 3 and it should lock onto your character. So once you lock on, you might want to dodge. So it's going to be center puff, which is the B button on the Xbox. And I moved it over from left center puff to center puff on mode 3 just because I found it easier to dodge and roll out. So to roll, you're going to be center sipping. I didn't change it, same as always in every other mode. It just worked out that way. I don't really parry as much, so I think I forgot to put that in here. But anyway, if there's multiple enemies and you're focused on that, like locked on, and you click left center puff and or sip, it will change to the next opponent. But if you're not focused or locked on and you use left center puff and sip, it will change the camera from right to left. I forgot to put it, but to parry, parry and or block, it's triple puff and or triple sip. I did forget to do it. I'm not really good at parrying or blocking, so I like to dodge and move out of the way. That's just my way. Alright, enjoy the rest of this. I think it's another minute. But when you really get into it and figure out all the buttons and take practice, because I took about 3 hours to figure this out and actually structure it a certain way, you play pretty fluent. I mean, I'm addicted. I'm gonna be on this for like a month, trying to collect every little achievement.
She's gone. For good.
Alright, to use equipment is going to be left sip on the Quadstick, and you have to delay latch it for 400 milliseconds. So to toggle. So if you have the crossbow attached, it'll keep it held until you either click left sip again, or you center sip it for 350 milliseconds. You can actually click it, and it'll release it, and I'll have to reload. It's pretty, it comes in handy. And when you have it held and you need to walk around, if you're on the second mode, you can just click the lip to jump to third mode. And if you need to aim again, you left puff it, and you'll cycle between the modes. And when you're ready, you just shoot. I think it works best when you're locked on the enemy, because then you don't have to worry about it. Alright, and finally, we're gonna talk about riding a horse or your stallion. And to call upon your horse is gonna be left puff on mode 2 and mode 1, not mode 3. It is meant for mode 2 anyway. And just like exploration, walking, you're gonna center puff it so you can toggle it, and you can get control of your horse. If you center sip it, you should be able to, canter. I think I'm saying it right. But if you double tap it and hold it for 400 milliseconds, you should start sprinting with your horse.
Let's go.
Just make sure you already have center puff locked in, or you'll just be following the trail and going straight. On that, to reset the A button, just tap it again. That's it, guys. It's nothing to it. This is a 10-minute video. If you're still watching this, thank you, but oof. It was pretty boring. I'm just doing this for walkthroughs. I'm not really doing it for entertainment, just so people can get idea of how it all works, and hopefully making your own scripts, CSV files, whatever you want to call it. Happy playing, guys. Use it as a template. Peace.